Good evening, everybody. Simone, we said Herrera, Invernizzi, Mourinho, Simone Inzaghi. So tonight you wrote history, and you are part of Inter's history. So Inter's in the Champions League final. So what are your emotions, and what do you expect? Well, it's a great emotion. It's a dream come true, a dream we had together, that we shared, that we've grown together since the group draw, because we had to believe it, but we achieved it with merit because nobody gave us anything. So it was a long way with some hard, tough moments, but I think that we earned it. And tomorrow we'll realize what we've just achieved, but it was a magic night, and with our fans, with our families, I mean, we couldn't ask for more. So when Invernizzi brought Inter to the final, you weren't born. It was the only Italian before you doing that. So what's your impression, and also for the Italian school of managers, is your achievement is important? Well, this is an incredible satisfaction. It's a great pleasure for me. It's a great pleasure what you said. Invernizzi was the only Italian manager reaching the final with Inter, and and this is a great pleasure for me. I'm proud. This is a great achievement. We deserved it because well, apart from the group stage, that we know that we went to Leeds, and even if we didn't win, maybe we weren't through, and maybe then we went to Barcelona, we won, and then we went to Porto, Lisboa, then semi-final with AC Milan. I mean, these were intense days because the first leg of the Champions League semi-final, you win 2-0. You then had a key league game against Sassuolo, and then to organize this game in 2 days and a half. Well, my lads were great, and they, overcame themselves. And, congratulations on them, because they played a very well organized, aggressive, and focused game. They were extraordinary. So, Simone, I wanted to ask you, realistically, when the groups were drew, you saw the teams in the Champions League. Were you thinking about the league, so I'm favoring the league, or, I'll get to the Champions League final? So, have you ever thought that you would reach this goal, which is impressive for a manager of your age? Well, my young career speaks for itself. I never look at competitions, the league. I mean, I'm not making any distinction because we knew what expected us this year, and especially from April the 1st onwards, the Italian Cup champions, the Champions League, the league, the Super Cup, because we had the Super Cup in January. Probably we didn't think about it so much. We won last year, we won this year, but we weren't winning it for a long time. So it's great satisfaction. So the first thought that came to my mind was that when I was signed by Inter 19 months ago, I was asked to reach the round of 16 after 10 years. After 12 years. So last year we reached the round of 16. This year we reached the final. So we are growing, and it's a great satisfaction for me, for my staff, and for these lads who are extraordinary. Congratulations, coach. Recently, Giuseppe Marotta said that you will be the Inter's manager next year. So I would like to ask you, how much is it beautiful to be the Inter manager tonight? And if you'd like to be, to have a long tenure, absolutely yes. I have a contract for next year, and these nights, bind you more to the environment where you are. But there is no need. The staff, my players, and I are completely committed. We are great when they were least fortunate moment. We listened. We didn't listen much. We worked hard, and we wanted to have a satisfaction like tonight because we made this dream true. But there will be a final to be played, and I think it goes from Pleasant to Istanbul. It was a very long journey, very treacherous journey. We worked. We, covered our ears. I know those who were with us, those who weren't with us, but that's normal. I mean, we've been in football for a long time, so I know how it works. I was a player. I am a manager now, so it's part of the job. But, I always took it very calmly. Tutto sport. Congratulations, Simone. Two things. The first one, can you rate us? Can you rate your Champions League path? And there is another semi-final tomorrow. But what is the team you would prefer to meet tomorrow? I mean, a fascinating team to you. Well, it's either bad for me because, they are two huge clubs with immense quality. I saw the first leg. I will see tomorrow's match. And it's a very open match because, even in the first leg, there were some moments where Real Madrid was dominating and other moments where Manchester City was dominating the game. So we are going to take a look very closely. I conceded a rest day to my players tomorrow because since the 1st of April, they didn't have a rest day. So it is deserved, and we will meet on Thursday because we need to prepare a game in Naples, then the Coppa Italia final, and then the two Italian League games and the Champions League final. And how do I rate it? Well, it's a very positive mark, I know, for what we've done so far in the Cups and since Riyadh to the final that it is supposed to be played on Wednesday and the other final. Well, I don't want to rate a season because I don't like marks. We can improve it because we have now two finals to play. Congratulations. Well, it's not us, but abroad in England. I mean, it looks like the real final is Manchester City, Real Madrid. Many commentators underestimated both AC Milan and Inter. What do you like to tell to these people? Well, I believe that Inter and Milan did a great semi-final. Both teams, it's a city derby, so these were two hard-fought games. But when you play against Real Madrid and Manchester City, maybe Inter or Milan, they are the underdogs. But we saw that everything happens in football. Real Madrid, we met them last year in the group stage. They were two losses, unfortunately, but my team played very well. Manchester City, well, doesn't need any introduction. We will see it, and we will meet whatever wins. Congratulations for the final. Lautaro Martinez, world champion with Argentina and now very decisive player, so he is in a extraordinary form. So what does it mean to you to coach him, and whether he could compete for the Ballon d'Or? Well, he can win the Ballon d'Or because he's very young, with a lot of quality, because it's not just a finisher, a striker. He works a lot for the team, and tonight it was great in both phases. So I'm very happy to train him, to coach him. It was a fantastic night. It was a little bit marred by Mkhitaryan injury. We hope it's not anything serious, because Henrik Mkhitaryan is a player who is very important. He's a key player, so I would be very sorry because he earned to play the two finals on the pitch. But we are confident. Yes, he felt something, so he stopped, and we'll know how long he will stay out. Can we say that this is not the end because there's a final, but it's almost the end of the path that you started last year, because after the defeat against Liverpool in San Siro, you went to Anfield and you put the starters because you want to go through the turn, to go through the stage. So this is a great mark of your ambition, especially in Europe, which is the theater of huge teams. Yes, I agree. You shouldn't make any calculations, because now you made Liverpool come to my mind. There was the possibility to pass that stage. We played against Torino 3 days later, and we lost Brozovic and De Vrij in that game, which were very important to us. But I don't want to lie. I don't like to make calculations. The Champions League is the Champions League. The Italian Cup is the Italian Cup. The Super Cup is very important, and the league is equally important. So you need to play game by game without making calculations. Obviously, since there was a World Cup and a very tight-packed calendar since the 1st of April to have my team in form, there was a stop. There was a break where we only had just 4 players at the World Cup, so we played very well with the staff. And now we had some rotation, which permitted Lukaku, Dzeko, Lautaro, Martinez, and Correa to help the team a lot by playing once in 3 days, by rotating in other positions in order to have fresh players that could give us performances like you've seen on the pitch tonight. So nobody would call you crazy. Last year, when you were asked which game would you like to replay, and you said Liverpool, and you were taken as crazy. You believed in the European Cup last year. Now you've believed in it like that. So you shut your criticist's mouth. Well, that's part of the game. That's part of the job. People tend to speak a lot, but for my character, my education, I stayed silent. But these, hyped me up. Everything happening around us, I really heard many things over these years, over these months, and the staff. We've seen that Inzaghi staff, the people working every day with Mr. Inzaghi, they are supporting. So I'm lucky to have great champions, great players, but we missed the last step to play and to hope to win the Champions League. So also playing a final is not something that happens, because my players and me never played a Champions League final. Thank you very much and good night.